Okay, today we've been mounting the remote coil box on a Canfield engine made by Debolt machine. We had to run new wires and mount the coil box on the back. It's got the battery inside, so it's a lot easier to maintain and takes up a lot less space. You don't have anything hanging down underneath the base. We had a good time doing it. Everything seems to have went real well. We coiled the wire on the spark plug up here. There's very little vibration, but that looks a lot better. And then on the timer on the other side of the engine, right here, where the timer comes around and hits the little head of the bolt to tell it when to fire, we run the wires from the back side of the mounting skid out, soldered the stay-cons on the end of it, and we're ready to roll.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to turn it on right here. Okay, you ready? Go ahead.
We also hooked up the hour meter so we keep track of the hours on the engine. I'll turn it around here and show you how the governor works. As these balls spread apart, every time it fires, the momentum makes them fly apart. And it lifts up pushes this wire out, which lifts up on the catch. And that holds the exhaust valve open. Once they slow down, these balls will move in just a little bit. That will let it unlatch so that it can draw in more fuel through the intake valve, and it's ready to fire again. When it's under a load, it will fire more often because it will drop out sooner when the flywheels slow down and these balls move inboard a little bit. This is the timer. There's a little bolt that goes around, and every time it touches that, the engine's at top dead center, and that's when it fires. If you put a little bit of a load on the engine, you'll see with my finger on the flywheel, it drops out a little bit quicker and fires more. That's what it's supposed to do. Then when the load goes off of it, it goes back to the normal range.
Tell them about the skid. Where we got it from?
Charlie Pride made the skid for us. The doctor bought this fancy piece of wood, and
the Cabin Fever show, remember? Was it a Cabin Fever show?
Yeah, at the Cabin Fever show over in Pennsylvania. And Charlie did his best to work on it, and he made legs out of part of it and made the base out of the rest of it and the skids for the engine.
Do you remember what type of wood is this? I don't remember. I know that the piece cost me $50, so it was kind of expensive. And the guy told me that it had some defects, that it was created by some kind of infestation. Mag is something that makes it more valuable. He is selfish. It's running really nice, George. Are you putting a load on it?
Yep, okay. Put a little load on it. I just like when a pump jack is pulling the plunger up out of the well, the engine has to work. When the plunger's going back down in the oil well, it don't have to work, so it goes into the mist cycle.
And then the blade nano there, gonna fly with this engine. That'll be the day. Pretty stable little helicopter. You know, if I would have to do this again, I would have this tank, instead of chrome plated, gold plated. To make a big contrast between the water hopper and the water tank.
Right.
But the second time around, it's always better. And this is the boss coil here that I found this in eBay, and it works really well. ¿Trabaja bien, eh? It doesn't miss a single beat. Okay, guys. Once again, the master did his work. It works really well, George. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
See you later, guys.